Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Tamil Nadu goes to polls on 6th of April, and in these elections there will be more than 1.3 crore young voters casting their votes. In the land of Periyar, with a history of the self-respect also known as the Dravidian movement, we find out how much of a basis it is for young voters when they cast their votes and how much does it factor into who they vote into power.
Tamil Nadu comes with a rich history of the self-respect, also known as the Dravidian movement, which has a history of more than 100 years. Periyar or Erode Venkatappa Ramasamy was a harbinger of the Dravidian movement, which he popularized in Tamil Nadu between 1930 and 1950. A staunch atheist, Periyar repudiated God, fought for caste-based reservation and women's rights, and demanded a separate Tamil state. The Dravidian movement has been a permanent feature of the state's political landscape since 1967, when the DMK, which is the Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, then under C.N. Annadurai, a one-time Periyar protege before the two fell out, stormed power. Both the major parties in Tamil Nadu, which is the AIA-DMK and DMK, have their origins in the movement. The DMK is an offshoot of the Dravida Kazhagam, which Periyar formed, and the AIA-DMK was formed in 1972 after renowned actor-politician M.G. Ramachandran broke away from the DMK due to ideological differences.
The Dravidian movement has a very long history. For more than usually people relate to Dravidian movement with the forming of the DMK in 1949, and then coming to in 1956 and subsequently in 1967 elections. And but I do think that Dravidian movement has a much longer history, for more than 150 to 200 years of history in Tamil Nadu. I mean, traceable history, political and recorded history of the Dravidian movement. And but looking at the post-independent period, and E.V. Ramaswamy, and then like Periyar and C.N. Annadurai, and then Kalaignar Karunanidhi, and other leaders. There are many other leaders who have not been in power, who have equally contributed to the rise and the eminence of the Dravidian ideology itself. But even at that time, it was the youth who were part of the Dravidian movement and Dravidian struggle. And I see the same surge of the youth. It is very significant in the history of politics all over the world. It is the youth who take lead, and at very critical time. So I think about 1960s as like one such movement, and then 2019 and 20, or in the last 3 or 4 years. And I've not seen I'm here for more than about last 15 years in Tamil Nadu, and I haven't seen that kind of the surge of the Dravidian movement and Dravidian ideology, ideological debate and issues being debated and spoken in the public space like the way it has been in the last 4 years. I directly relate this to the developments such as to the coming in of the BJP in a very big way. I have come across hundreds of young men and women. I mean, literally, I mean it when I say this, hundreds of young men and women wanting to read, wanting to know, and wanting to understand the writings and the works of E.V. Ramaswamy. Youth in Tamil Nadu have been working and functioning in certain pattern. And for instance, if you take the case of the Marina movement, and if you take the case of the Jallikattu movement, Jallikattu struggle, and Jallikattu was only a mask for many other issues. So therefore, the youth are coming together and form themselves into an articulation. Their voice could be identified, their articulations can be heard, and the issues they are placing are of interest to Tamil Nadu.
In these elections, the BJP is also being called the outsider party in Tamil Nadu, which seeks to interfere with Tamil culture and identity. Yet, to counter this, senior BJP leader H. Raja told the print that Dravidian culture was synonymous with Hindu culture but had been wrongly placed before the public for a few decades. Today, he said, the whole Dravidian movement is irrelevant because it has become the private limited company of one family. In the name of the Dravidian movement, people had to withdraw themselves into a shell. While AIA Youth Wing leader N.R. Shivapati said that the Dravidian ideology was no longer a factor. It, which is the Dravidian ideology, was popular during the time of leaders such as Kamaraj. However, nowadays people are not following it, he said. This found some resonance among younger voters. Anand Mani, 24 years old, a guest lecturer at the Government Arts and Science College for Women in Kodaikanal, told the print that he did not see the Dravidian ideology anymore and that it was no longer present. There is a difference between welfare politics and Dravidian politics, he said. Dravidian ideology divided people on the basis of caste and focused mainly on OBCs, leaving out the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. The movement no longer has a charismatic leader. However, this was not the case for all young voters. Many spoke about the Dravidian ideology passionately, while some, while saying that they did not know enough about it, spoke about issues such as language, culture, and secularism, issues historically associated with the Dravidian movement. The prince spoke to younger voters in Chennai, Kanchipuram, and Kadalur.
I think this is a decider match because one party is having a hat trick on hat trick, and another one has to prove themselves because they failed to prove themselves in the past two elections. So I would consider the fact who is promoting entrepreneurship. I myself entrepreneurship because I myself want to create a business or do a business, something of sort. So I would see who is favoring entrepreneurship. I would say those want to win because for the coming period they would favor me. That's what I'm thinking. And I would say it influences a lot because many of us came up front because of the Dravidian politics only. So I would definitely consider the fact of Dravidian politics in this coming election also. I don't think any other politics or any other party could run in the present condition because both the Dravidian parties are strong here and they have influenced the people for the last 70 years, I think, so after post independence. So definitely it would be a factor.
The issue I will look at is if there's unity among people. The government should maintain peace and harmony. I think Periyar is still relevant today. About the BJP, some favor it and some don't. However, imposition of another language is simply not acceptable.
Employment
It would be good if someone fulfills the people's need and bring in some more advancement in education and employment as well. The ideologies of Periyar are super, but I don't know whether it will suit the today's world. Here we have ADMK and DMK as majority, and there's no chance of BJP to enter in Tamil Nadu.
All four were voting from different places: Chengalpet, Trichy, Nagarkoil and Salem. 3 out of 4 of them first-time voters.
கண்டிப்பாக பண்ணுவோம். இப்போ திமுக அதிமுக இது மாறி
We will definitely consider Dravidian ideology while voting, which is why for many decades the DMK and the AIDMK have been in power.
இப்போ நாம் தமிழர் சீமான் இருக்கார்.
In Tamil Nadu, no new party has come into power.
பட் அவரோட பாலிசிஸ்லாம் நல்லா இருக்கு.
However, now youngsters are interested in Seeman because his policies are very good, especially agriculture. Kamal sir is also there, but it is difficult for him to come to power because he is new.
எப்படின்னு தெரியாது இல்லையா? ஸோ அதனால அவருக்கு கொஞ்சம் வாய்ப்பு இப்போதைக்கு கிடைக்காதுன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
Tamil Nadu is totally different from other state. So people are expecting mostly on welfare of the Tamil Nadu because see in particularly in our state the people are expecting like the NEET issue. So main thing is the NEET issue, then OBC issue, and then other like the recently also the Sterlite problem, Thoothukudi Sterlite problem. So these are the main issues. Yeah, definitely I will prefer that Dravidian the tactics. So based on that, the most of the people are voting here. The rights will be equal to all. So that is the main the aim of the Dravidian.
Is that a factor when you're voting?
Yeah, definitely. So that is the main ideology. Okay, so the rights will be equal to everybody, not for specific people alone. Okay, so that is the thing. See, for example, if you take OBC reservation or NEET, so before NEET, here there are many the government schools students went for MBBS seating. Okay, so after NEET entrance examinations, the people are struggling. So even though they are very knowledgeable, but without any base support, they could not able to offer the NEET through MBBS. Because now ADMK is mixed with the central parties, so it's degrading now. So that is why the people are changing towards DMK.
Many, however, argued that Dravidian ideology over the years had changed and perhaps also waned. Professor K. Muthukumar, the HOD of Political Science at Presidency College, said social reform was one of the most important agendas of the Dravidian movement, but now parties are more focused on political power and are willing to make compromises. This is the case with both the DMK and the AIA-DMK. He cited the example of not just the AIA-DMK tying up with the BJP, but as well as the DMK tying up with the BJP in 1999. These two parties had contrasting ideologies, he said.
BJP is a non-entity in Tamil Nadu politics. And it comes with a complete different mandate and de-radicalizes the political discourse in Tamil Nadu. So then people are becoming, something strikes them. And to the fact that Tamil Nadu has also been saying there is a decline and decay of the Dravidian parties in Tamil Nadu. We have to find an alternative, but that alternative has to come from within.
While some argue that the Dravidian ideology in the state was ever present and did not need a flashpoll, and Dravidian ideology was less about the ideology in atheism and theism, but what one did when they assumed office.
In essence, the Dravidian movement has been very accommodative of multiple communities, and therefore all you see is waves of democratization or politicization of people. I mean, that's exactly what Dravidian movement has been about. There's a strong socio-cultural mobilization around the ideas of social justice, around the ideas of equality, around the ideas. So in simple terms, all I can talk about, if I were to borrow the phrase or the triad from Nancy Fraser, an influential American political scientist, it would be recognition, redistribution and representation. So I think these are the three tenets through which the Dravidian movement has or can easily be understood. So you recognize grievances of people, you try to redistribute resources through a government or non-governmental channels, and then you bring them into active politics.
Out of Tamil Nadu's 6.26 crore electorate, 1.37 crore voters are in the 18 to 29 age group. One will have to wait and see till 2nd May when the results come out of how much of a difference or factor did the Dravidian ideology play for the younger voters. For The Print, this is Revati Krishnan reporting from Tamil Nadu.